Hi, I'm Tim Hockley, Group Publisher with Animal Wellness Magazine, and welcome to the latest edition of the Innovative Pet Product Series. I'm here today with Jessica Krueger. Jessica is the Senior Marketing Manager over at ZIWI. ZIWI is a phenomenal industry leader in pet nutrition, and I'm really happy to be talking with her today. Hello, Jessica. How are you?
I'm good, Tim. So excited to be here. We love animal wellness. It's been a great format for us to get to talk to your viewership, your listenership. And ZIWI's, had a really great time being a part of this community for years and years it's been so far.
Obviously, right from the very beginning, your mission has been to deliver peak nutrition to dogs and cats. What's the story behind how your product got started?
We are based and founded out of beautiful New Zealand. In 2002, our original founder, he was a venison farmer. And so as he was operating and working within the industry in New Zealand, he had realized that there were a lot of people coming to him to source ethically sourced proteins, and then they would bake them at high temperatures into a kibble. So he thought, wow, that's not the best use of these beautiful ingredients. In New Zealand, we have incredible agricultural standards backed by the 5 freedom principles, which means animals and livestock, they're free from pain, injury, disease, they're free to roam. And the climate is so temperate that they do get to be free ranged and roaming 365 days out of the year. So the quality of these ingredients, whether it be venison, lamb, goat, cows, you name it. Why would you source such high quality and then derive it of all of its nutrients? So that gave way to him thinking, well, how can we make a new technology that's going to be able to lock in the maximum nutrition, but make it a shelf-stable and convenient product? So as we know, feeding raw is the best you can get, but oftentimes that's not achievable for most pet parents, whether it be the timeliness required, the prep, the mess, and let alone the cost behind that. So that gave birth to our air-dried recipes. So he pioneered the Z Twin Tech technology, which was the first of its kind and really the first true air-dried product out on the market. It was a way that we could incorporate these beautiful New Zealand ingredients in such high quantities as well. In our air-dried line, that's a minimum of 96% New Zealand meat, organs, bones, and then putting it into this product that you could just scoop and serve. So it really unlocked a new format for pet parents who really want all that raw nutrition, but their lifestyle or their budget might not just support that.
Ethical ingredients are very important to your company. What does it mean and why is it so important to be ethical?
It's second nature to people who come from New Zealand. It's embedded in their way of life. So who we are, a true New Zealand company, we own our own kitchens. We're based in New Zealand and we partner with ethically sourcing farmers and suppliers. So for us, we want to make sure that we're leaving the planet as best as we can for pets and people. And so in these ingredients, it's not only a way to preserve our resources and doing good by everyone involved in the process, but also a way to make sure that we are getting the best of the best for our pets.
Your mission is to use the highest quality ingredients. How do you preserve the quality so that dogs and cats are getting the most benefit from the food?
So I talked a little bit earlier about that Z Twin Tech technology. So really, the air drying process, it's very interesting in the market today because you'll see a lot of new air dried competitors out there and on the shelves at your local pet store, but air dried is a very ambiguous term. And so some people will tell you that means oven baking, but really the difference lies within the time and the temperature of the process. So while you might say it's air dried, the heat that's applied to that product could change, the length of the process could change. So I was lucky enough to have been in New Zealand in April actually and see it for myself, to see it working in person and to see just how labor intensive that air drying process is, the people involved, the equipment involved. We take the highest quality ingredients, we blend them up. It goes into the first stage of air drying and then it heads to the second stage. So it's locking in the nutrients, it's removing the moisture, it's shelf stable. And to do that in a way that's going to preserve the nutrients is really critical because you can't rush that. And especially when you're working with lower temperatures and the movement of air, because that's all it is, the slow, gentle movement of air. And so now we've also found a way to unlock that and make it a bit more accessible with our new steam and dried range for pets. So it's our new recipes for cats and dogs that takes a bit of that air drying process, but starts it off with delicate micro steaming, and it goes on a continuous line into a 2-step air drying process. The greatest thing about this is because it's slightly lower in meat, organs, and bones, and that's going to range from 85 to 90% for dogs and cats. So that now includes fruits and vegetables, which is really great for pet parents who are looking for extra fiber for pets like our dogs. And then in the cat line, it has whole seafood inclusions as well. So that's going to bump up those omegas for healthy skin and coat. So the thing about ZIWI is we're really about these peak processes and finding innovative ways to unlock some sort of problem pet parents might have. So whether that be price, whether that be convenience, you name it.
It's essentially a raw food diet.
Since there is some sort of temperature and time involved and they are minimally processed, that creates this category that we call alternative to raw. What that means is that it's going to be shelf stable. It doesn't require refrigeration. Our products, our air dried and steam and dried lines, don't require rehydration. So really it's the nutrition of raw diets, minimally processed for maximum nutrients, that create this shelf stable alternative to raw option.
It sounds convenient.
It is. I feed it myself and it's changed my pets. In the United States, you're only required to have 3% meat to be considered a dog food, which is astronomical. So now the steam and dried is the base in my pet's bowl. It's really made a difference in their lives and it makes me feel good as a pet parent.
How easy is it for people to find ZIWI?
Oh, very, very. So we are in all of the continental United States and Canada here. So you can go to us.ziwipets.com to shop online. You can shop at Amazon or Chewy, or our favorite option, you can support a local pet partner or independent pet store that carries our products. We have a store locator on our website. So just plug in where you're at and it'll spit out exactly where you can find it near you.
Jessica, listen, this has been very educational. I really appreciate it. And I love that ZIWI is now what, 22 years?
Somehow, some way, ready for another 22. Can't imagine what else we'll create by then.
That's amazing. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Tim. Much appreciated.
Take care. Bye-bye.